Uh-oh. I thought the opening credits would start. There we go. Ha Sleeping baby. Yay! Welcome to Johnny Millwater Live. I am your host, Johnny Millwater. Wrong one. I'm very excited to be here today because, wonder where my background went. Well, we'll worry about it later on. Very excited to be here today because we have a very special guest. Not only a sleeping baby, but why is that? Okay, that bothers me. I can't let that go. I got to figure out what's going on with my background. I spent a lot of time on his background. Oh, you're visiting your nephew. You know, I never asked you if you had brothers or sisters. Do you have? Obviously, you have at least one brother or sister. If you have a nephew, I figured that out on my own. Give me just a minute. We're going to find this window pane. There we go. There's the window pane. There's the talk show. There she is. I spent weeks on this, trying to get it just right, the moon moves and everything. Anyway, Julia is here. This was very exciting for me. What's a big deal for me is that Julia was like my very first loyal follower, Millwatcher, whatever it is. I started out doing streaming on Twitch about a year and a half ago under Butch Saves America, which is a very hard thing to click onto on Twitch, I realize now. But Julia and her Yarek gave me a chance, and they were there with me almost every single week. They helped get me... I hit the wrong button again. They helped get me certified on Twitch, and they were a lovely company and kind of my favorite part of streaming. And then I switched over to Facebook for a while because I have more friends on here, and I hadn't seen her because she doesn't do a lot of Facebook. So I'm glad you're finally here. How are you? How's Yarek? Is it still appropriate to ask about Yarek? I know you can't type right now. I'm sorry. These are the questions I would ask. If anybody else is here, thanks for tuning in. It's a very simple show. Let me show you how it works. Don't worry about that timer. That's for later on. See, it's me again. Why does that keep happening? That makes me very sad. I got to figure out what's going on with that. Anyway, the way that it works is I talk to you. That's pretty much it. Whatever's in the chat, I talk to you. Oh, you like the intro? I spent so much time on that. Thank you. Why is that thing gone again? That's crazy. One sister and one nephew. But how are you all? Thank you very much for asking. Okay, I gotta figure out this background thing. I can't have it. I don't know why it's like that right now, but there you go. I don't know why you got to give me the business. I'm glad Jaeger's doing well. I'm doing good. I'm a little bit off my game today. You might have noticed I started 15 minutes late. I hate doing that. It's actually because I am broadcasting from my own home today. I'm in my living room next to my piano. My couch is over there. My green screen's back there. And my kids are right back there. My wife is sleeping in the bedroom because she was up all night nursing last night. So everybody who's... I think my whole stream today is just disturbing sleeping people. But I got it worked out. The way that it works is I talk to the chat. If I got nothing to say to the chat, I spin the wheel. Check out the new wheel. I got a new wheel. Watch. Okay, got a couple new things on it for fun. Classic poem. Can't go wrong. Let's check the poetry together. Let's see if we can't find something soothing. Let's do Memories by Boleslav Lesmian, who's I'm still pronouncing his name incorrectly, but you introduced me to him. Anyway, Memories. Those paths I brushed with the feet of a child, where have they gone? They roll down as tears do, hushed out of the eyes, down, down. The freshness of the morning would wake me up. The sun would be painting a masterpiece, a golden coast, a golden pup, a golden guitar, a golden precipice. Stare sufficiently into the light from the midst of a great silence, and in a while you are bound to see a camel shining bright, a bright-eyed robber with a glistening smile. At breakfast, the table became a desert. I stared till I rode the camel and saw the gleaming thief father, assured of his safety, never despaired, but read his paper calmly, rustling a leaf. A triple rainbow embroidered the carafe, the tablecloth, the cupboard. A wasp, entangled in the lace curtains, would laugh, and the curtains laughed too, their threads in the sun, a bright patch. and the rich floor dreamily glittering mirrored it all. The leaves of the palm shone brighter at the back, but melted shallowly, and a thin glaze would fall, as if someone had spilled greenery by mistake. The armchair, sipping its own velvet peace, would grow heavier, comfortably, I think. The sugar would plot for a blue spark's release, and the loaf of bread would turn pink. The clock shakes free of its long compressed coils and booms a prolonged note through the hall of the sky. In that furnished daydreaming among the sunny rooms, everybody endures and does not die. But something happened, something went wrong. The same clock struck, but shyly, in another town. The soul stumbled over the body that had grown too strong, and they began to die, one by one. That is an artist I would not even be familiar with if it wasn't for my Twitch stream and my friend Julia, who's in the room right now. She told me all about the Boleslav. Let's go back to the chat. He's doing well. She keeps forgetting that there's more of a delay on Facebook. It's very true. Also, I can't play that word game. Remember the word game where it had, it was like Boggle we all played in the chat? I can't play that with Facebook chat. Haven't figured that out yet. Other than that, though, it's pretty nice. Huh? I got this thing down here to change color. That's fun. Yeah, it's got a clock that works. That's the actual time where I am. Thanks for getting involved. Don't wake the baby. Let's spin the wheel. That's the wrong button. There we go. Slow was me. Boleslav. Ask me anything. Everybody's trying to stream. Let's wait till some more people come in to ask me anything. What do you say? You have a 24/7 Ask Me Anything policy. Anything that pops in your head, feel free to type it up. We just did a poem. This is weird. I got new things too. I got Zen koans. I got short stories. And of course a song. Yay! Let's go down to, let's hit a campfire. Sing us a song. Okay, let me see. What's not gonna wake up the baby? Uh-oh. I had a little trouble finding my song list. Do pardon me for a moment. Wisdom, limericks, poems. Huh. That is weird. Well, I'll just double click songs then. It'll open up all on its own. Alright. This must be very entertaining for you at home. Thank you so much for tuning in, for me going trying to figure everything out. Sorry about that. Let us... Oh, the internet's giving me the business all of a sudden. I hope you're still there. Let me go check. You're still there. All right. Let's see if I can find the lyrics. There we go. Nice, soft song. Let's sing... Too Marvelous for Words. That's nice and soft. This is by Johnny Mercer, my namesake. You're just too marvelous for words, like glamorous, amorous, and that old standby amorous. It's all too wonderful. I'll never find the words that say enough, tell enough. I mean, they aren't swell enough. You're much too much. You're much too very, very to ever be in Webster's dictionary. And so I'm borrowing a love song from the birds and telling you you're marvelous. You're too marvelous for words. Classic. Oh, you're doing so great. Look at that chat moving. Thank you for getting involved. All right, let's go back to the chat, shall we? Oh, wrong button. You're so sweet. Lovely and supportive. I'm so glad you're here. Thanks for coming. We had 4 or 5 people here last week. Ooh, Shakespeare! Let us head into the Shakespeare stage. As well you know, I have made it my life's work to try to read out all Shakespeare's 159 sonnets out loud. But my dad, who watches this stream on occasion, he doesn't like the sonnets, so I've been forced to cut them back to one per episode. We are currently on sonnet CXIV, which I believe is 114. Sonnet 114 by William Shakespeare. Oh, I'm sorry, I just went to the Bahamas for a moment. Changing some settings here. Sonnet 114 by William Shakespeare. Oh, whether doth my mind, being crowned with you, drink up the monarch's plague? This flattery? Or whether shall I say mine eye saith true, and that your love taught it this alchemy? To make of monsters and things indigest such cherubims as your sweet self resemble, creating every bad a perfect best, as fast as objects to his beams assemble. Oh, 'tis the first, 'tis flattery in my seeing, and my great mind most kingly drinks it up. Mine eye well knows what his gust is, greeing, and to his palate doth prepare the cup. If it be poisoned, 'tis the lesser sin, that mine eye loves it, and doth first begin. Fun. What? Hold on, I got applause. Nice. I figured out a way to extend my... Yay, all the Shakespeare, you're the greatest. I figured out a way to move my views up to the top, my screen up to the very top edge of the screen for my teleprompter kind of thing, which I think makes it looks better, but it takes a second to get there, and I haven't figured out how to kill that time yet. So that's what's going on with that. Thanks for all the Shakespeare. Better go. This background's moving fast. I love the moving backgrounds. I feel like a little Bo Burnham. It's fun. Let's go back to the chat, shall we? Julie has been holding up her end and more. Really killing it today. She says her nephew is entranced by my singing, which feels amazing. Thank you so much for saying that. How old is your nephew nowadays, if you can? He immediately settled when I started singing and all the Shakespeare. See, this lady gets it. Shakespeare, singing, that's what this is all about. We have people come and go. But consequently, you're the OG. I'm so glad you're here. Let's spin the wheel. Shakespeare again, and why not? I got some new ones. I rarely like to do something twice in a row, but what the heck, since it's you. Yes, for all the Shakespeare. Let us do a soliloquy. This is a coward who's about to die from Measure for Measure. Hi! Well, we gotta do this, and then I gotta do this. Killing time as I make it full screen. Nobody notices the difference. This is from Measure for Measure. Hi, but to die and go we know not where to lie, in cold obstruction and to rot. This sensible warm motion to become a kneaded clod, and the delighted spirit to bathe in fiery floods, or to reside in thrilling region of thick-ribbed ice, to be imprisoned in the viewless winds, and blow with the restless violence round about the pendant world, or to be worse than worst of those that lawless and uncertain thought imagine howling. 'Tis too horrible, the weariest and most loathed worldly life that age, ache, penury, and imprisonment can lay on nature is a paradise to what we fear in death. He's probably right. I've never feared death. I think pain goes with the body, and the only thing I really fear is pain. My pain and the pain of the people we love, right? All the Shakespeare. All right, let's spin the wheel. Hope we get monologue. I got a whole bunch of cool monologues now. Most of them from the kids in the hall. Hey, perfect. I wish I could rig this thing. It'd be so much easier. All right, let's go to the theater. We'll do a monologue. We'll do Bad Doctor. I love Bad Doctor. Stop me if you've seen this one before from me. This is from Kids in the Hall, the very important 1990s sketch comedy show by 4 fantastically funny people, and then that other guy. So we got Dave Foley was not the other guy. Dave Foley is very, very funny, and Dave Foley wrote the following monologue. Oh. Couple setting problems again. This is a real winner for you. Sorry about that. Highlight color. Color. Editing mode. Oh, come on, don't be like that. All right, forget it. We're not doing Bad Doctor. I got to figure that out some other time. Let's do this one. Hi, my name's Dave Foley, and I've got a good attitude about menstruation. That's right, I'm the guy with the good attitude towards menstruation. Oh, I know a lot of men are made uncomfortable by this monthly miracle, but not me. No, I embrace it. I embrace it the way some men embrace the weekend. Why, I anticipate it the way a child anticipates Christmas. Did you know that in a lot of Native American cultures, menstruating women were forced to leave the village, lest the powerful magic should overwhelm the shaman? If I were the shaman, I wouldn't be so competitive. I'd be more open and giving. I'd be the shaman with a good attitude about menstruation. I mean, after all, what is it? It's a cluster of blood vessels awaiting a fertilized egg, providing a safe, warm place for that egg to grow. And if a life does not occur, the whole thing is flushed away, and the cycle begins again. Now, is that anything to be ashamed of or disgusted by? No! This is the nesting stuff of humanity. That's why the woman I love shall be able to menstruate as fully and freely as she desires, even if her monthly flow should build in intensity to a raging rust-colored torrent. An unbridled river of life-giving blood flowing from between her legs, an awesome cataract plunging off the edge of our couch. I wouldn't be fazed. No, even if the Courrier des Bois should come up, battling the rapids and singing a jaunty song, I would take no offense. Rather, I would ford across that mighty womanly river and fetch herbal tea and pamperin', and then I would mop her brow and admire her fecundity. For I have a good attitude towards menstruation. Thank you, everybody. That's mighty brilliant. Dave Foley. Dave Foley. Hey, Stubbs is back. Let's go check the chalet. Good morning, Mark. Glad to see you, my friend. Hope you're well. Haven't heard from you in a little while. Mark says that he has a hiring manager take me out to lunch Friday afternoon for a job interview, and things might click right together. I'm so glad to hear it. I knew if you put it out there, something would come together. I'm really glad it's, first of all, free lunch. Nice, right? Maybe a job. Glad things are going smoothly. Tell me more. Oh, and let me introduce you to my buddy Julia. Julia, who's in the chat right now, is my original fan on Twitch. She's the first person I think that ever found me on her own and followed me. She's from Connecticut. She's a wonderful lady who helps people for a living. And now she's here with us in the Facebook. And Mark is a very enthusiastic young man. He's a musician and a video creator. I believe he's running for president this year. Lots of cool stuff going on. He's got a just spot right over there. You see above the dog? That's where my music director would stand and stroke the guitar. We literally became an empty nest last night. My son just moved into his new house. How exciting. Oh, God, how's that feel? How does that feel? I'm going to have to go through that faster than I care to. My boy's 13, but he's my size, and he'll probably be in charge next year. What's that feel like, man? I can't even imagine. Oh, and by the way, if I have a weird voice while I'm talking, it's because Julia's holding a baby. She's visiting her nephew and watching the stream. How sweet is that? I personally think this show is perfect for a sleeping baby. It's just a soothing voice saying pretty words. You don't have to know what they were. It's probably better if you don't know what they mean. That's my theory. Well, I tell you what, I ran out of news, so I'm going to spin the wheel, but print some more in there. We'll come right back and talk about it. Welcome back, Mark. Ask me anything. You know that's an open policy. You two are regulars. Zen Cohen. Very nice. Let's head on down to the campfire. Now, for the folks at home, a Zen Cohen is a short learning tool. It's a story, sometimes with a point, sometimes with a decided lack of a point, that is used to help clear the mind and teach the study of Japanese Zen Buddhism. This is Koan number 41. I was close. Koan number 41, Joshu's Zen. Joshu began the study of Zen when he was 60 years old and continued until he was 80, when he realized Zen. He taught from the age of 80 until he was 120. A student once asked him, "If I haven't anything in my mind, what shall I do?" Joshua replied, "Throw it out." "But if I haven't anything, how can I throw it out?" continued the questioner. "Well," said Joshua, "then carry it out." Something to think about. Oh, hold on. No more full screen. And we're back. It's been a week. Nice. Let's go to the Poetry Pagoda. This is, let's see if I can find something. Yeah, let's do Stopping by Woods. No, let's do Road Not Taken. It's a big day. Kid leaving home, now's the time for Road Not Taken. This is The Road Not Taken by Robert Frost. Two roads diverged in a yellow wood, and sorry I couldn't travel both and be one traveler. Long I stood, and looked down one as far as I could to where it bent in the undergrowth. Then took the other as just as fair, and having perhaps the better claim because it was grassy and wanted wear, although the passing there had warned them really about the same, and both that morning equally lay in leaves no step had trodden black. Oh, I kept the first for another day, yet knowing how way leads on to way, I doubted if I should ever come back. I shall be telling this with a sigh somewhere, ages and ages hence. Two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. Oh, the clappers are still clapping. There we go. All right. Cool. Julie's the greatest. Let's go in here. All right, let's go chat chalet. We got chat. Mark was kind enough to point out that free lunch is always great. How true that is. Although some would say there's no such thing as a free lunch. Oh, another Zen Cohen. Julia says that the baby is awake now, but he is too young to understand anything. That is my ideal audience. Julia also says, Zen Cohen, I haven't heard of that. Very cool. We added a couple short stories. I wanted to read some longer things, and I'm studying Buddhism a little bit. I don't have a label of any kind, but I'm very interested in it. You know how much I like to read Alan Watts, stuff like that. So I thought I'd go to the source and put that in my holy book collection. Oh, hey, I'm staring my wacky presidential campaign starting, I'd like to model some kind of crazy presidential campaign inspired by the infamous Hunter S. Thompson meets Alla Watts. Allah Farde. I don't know. I was with you until Allah Farde. I don't know. I think Allah is the French for as in, but I don't know Allah Farde. But I'm glad to hear it's something interesting. You got to be careful when you're running for president. It's very expensive, from what I understand. One of the greatest comedians who ever lived, a guy named Doug Stanhope. He's a man of great will. He ran for president, tried to, and he got kicked out by the rigmarole. He didn't have the support, There's a whole lot of paperwork. There's a whole lot of foolishness to get on the ballot. It takes a lot of hands. So, it scared him off, and he's the best. So I wish you the best of luck, because this is a challenge what you have ahead of you, my friend. I wish you luck. I'd vote for you if I voted. Hey, let's spin the wheel. Ask me anything. Remember, open policy. Ooh, joke. Very nice. Let's go on down to the theater. Tell a joke. See if I can find one I haven't told yet. Man goes ice fishing for the very first time. He cuts a hole in the ice. He puts his line in the water. He's just sitting there for a minute. And he hears a voice. And the voice says, "There are no fish under the ice." Man looks around. He's terrified. He thinks for a minute. He pulls up his line. He goes a couple of feet away. Puts another hole in the ice. Puts the line back in again. And again he hears a voice. "There's no fish in the ice." So the man, he looks up at his guy and he says, "Is that you, Lord?" "No, this is the rink manager. There's no fish under the ice." I'm not frozen. Fun. All right. Let's spin the wheel. Did not see that coming. That's supposed to be a 1 in 50, but hey, the wheel wants what it wants. Let's go back to the campfire. This is Zen Cohen number 42. It's called The Dead Man's Answer. Let me get full screen here. Mamiya, who later became a well-known preacher, went to a teacher for personal guidance, and he was asked to explain the sound of one hand. Mamiya concentrated upon the sound one hand might be. "You are not working hard enough," his teacher told him. "You are too attached to food, wealth, things, and sound. It would be better if you died. That would solve the problem." The next time Mamiya appeared before his teacher, he was once again asked what he had to show regarding the sound of one hand. Mamiya at once fell over as if he was dead. "You are dead, all right," observed the teacher, "but how about that sound?" "I haven't solved that yet," replied Mamiya, looking up. "Dead men do not speak," said the teacher. "Get out." I think that's about commitment, but I won't know for about another 20 minutes. That's how Zen Cohen's work, at least for me. My smart brain's got to figure them out. All right, see what's going on in the chat. And now Julia says she's only been exposed to Korean Buddhism. I actually have not been exposed to Korean Buddhism. I don't believe, and I don't know what the difference is between Korean Buddhism and traditional Chinese, Japanese, and American Buddhism. Oh yes, I'm so glad. Mark just said, well, it's fun to write about it. He is the best. Alafard, I don't know what that means. Jagger got the joke. Have I ever thought of doing a special that's the best of best material? Yes, of course, it has occurred to me. In general, when I was working, I didn't want to put my material out there because I read it so slowly that I didn't want it to get burnt. But just between you and me, because it's just a couple of us, I have a special booked, a 35-minute special with the Open Bar people out of Sarasota, Florida. I'll be taping in November, but I'm not supposed to be talking about it yet, so there's no better way to keep a secret than to say it on my stream, which only we watch. Shh, don't tell anybody. It'll be available, I believe, next March. It'll be taped in November, and that'll be my best of the best special. Thanks for asking, Mark. All right, let's spin the wheel. I miss my material. Ooh, a song. Good. Let's go to the theater for this one. Find something soothing for the baby. This is You'll Be Okay by Great Big World. You'll be okay. You'll be okay. The sun will rise to better days, and change will come. It's on its way. Just close your eyes and let it rain, 'cause I'll always be there. You just carry on. You will understand. You'll be I do not know this song and I've embarrassed myself. You'll be okay. You'll be okay. Not going to quit, though. Just look inside. You know the way. So let it go. Fly away and say goodbye to yesterday. 'cause you're never alone. And I will always be there. You just carry on. You will understand. You'll be okay. Whew, rough. Okay, let's, yeah, 2 watchers. Invite the Russians. No one watching. Thanks. Sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. Let's spin the wheel. Man, I thought I knew that. Thanks, great show, guys. Song. Well, there you go. That'll give me a chance to redeem myself. Thank you, wheel. Trying to find something cheerful. It's not too loud for the baby. Dream a little dream. Can't go wrong. Stars shining bright above you. Night breezes seem to whisper, I love you. Birds singing in the sycamore tree. Dream a little dream of me. Sing nighty-night and kiss me. Then hold me tight and tell me you'll miss me while I'm alone and blue as can be. Dream a little dream of me. Stars linger, but I'm fading on, dear, still craving your kiss. I'm longing to linger till dawn, dear, just saying this. Sweet dreams till sunbeams find you. Sweet dreams that leave all worries behind you. But in your dreams, whatever they be, dream a little dream of me. Stars fading, but I linger on, dear, still craving your kiss. I'm longing to linger till dawn, dear, just saying this. Just sweet dreams till sunbeams find you. Sweet dreams that leave the worries behind you. But in your dreams, whatever they be, dream a little dream of me. There we go. Fun. Let's go back to the wheel. But hold on, we got a lot from Mark. Wait. We're going back. Invite the Russians. No one's watching. All right. Let's go back to chat chalet. Now, Mark's sharing his story. He says, yeah, my son's moving his stuff out this weekend, and I'm still planning on getting back to work soon, so I'll be a few weeks before I can start broadcasting that green screen. I understand. Whenever you're ready. I only brought it up because you asked. Oh, it'll need to put these new strings on my guitar. Worth waiting for. My wife laughed at your reaction to the last song. Okay, I'm sorry she had to see that. Thank you for the applause, Julia. And my dad's here. That's the best thing. Julia, Dad, Marky was here before. Julia is my original, I'm going to call her a fan from Twitch. When I started streaming on Twitch about a year ago as Butch, she was the first person to start following me. She finally found me here. She's the best. She's awesome. And Dad is my dad. He's the guy who raised me. He's living in Florida with my brother Andy, living the dream, and I love him a lot. Hi, Dad. How you feeling, buddy? Glad to see you. You're the third viewer. Let's spin the wheel. That's what's cool. Dad shows up here, and occasionally my brother Andrew shows up, and occasionally my sister Kim shows up. So that's pretty cool. Ask me anything. Now's your chance. Any questions you have, type them in. I'll answer them next time I come back. When I come back from reading a poem, let's go to the Poetry Pagoda. Let's read The Angel by William Blake. I dreamt a dream. What can it mean? And, well, you know what? Oh, it's a longer one. Dad, I got new settings. It's going to take a second to get them. All right, we get that full screen, and then that full screen, and then escape, and then that full screen, and then escape again. Oh, man, I am way off. This is not working. You see how the thing's shaking? I'm at home today, Dad. I'm broadcasting from my comfy chair here right next to the piano. So this thing is on sort of a... It doesn't matter. All right, here we go. This is The Angel by William Blake. I dreamt a dream, what can it mean? And that I was a maiden queen, gardened by an angel mild. Witless woe was ne'er beguiled, and I wept both night and day, and he wiped my tears away. And I wept both night and day, and hid from him my heart's delight. So he took his wings and fled, then the morn blushed rosy red. I dried my tears and armed my fears with 10,000 shields and spears. Soon my angel came again. I was armed, he came in vain, for the time of youth was fled, and gray hairs were on my head. That's The Angel. Nice. Let's spin the wheel. There we go. Spin the wheel. Thanks for checking in, Dad. You doing okay? Wisdom, finally. All right, let's go down to the wisdom room. Lay down some wisdom from on high. You know, I believe Jack Cornfield's friend Alan Watts said that life is like music for its own sake. Want more? All right. Life is like music for its own sake. We are living in an eternal now. And when we listen to music, we are not listening to the past. We are not listening to the future. We are listening to an expanded present. That's the magic of moment. That's the magic of live entertainment and a music and a stand-up comedy. It's capturing the moment for a tiny moment. Love it. Let's spin the wheel. Feelings. All right, then let's go back to the chat, shall I? Talk feelings. I put this on the wheel just, I don't have any weekly therapy per se, so I put this on the wheel so I take a moment to examine my feelings over the last week. Very excited because Debbie's my wife, has two big shows coming up over the next 2 days. Tomorrow and the day after, she's doing her big comedy competition, and I'm doing the graphics using the program I use for this, which is exciting because I get to sit back in the sound booth at a theater, like a real theater, the Stage Door Theater. I love the comedy club, but it's a comedy club, and a theater's a theater, and I love theater, so I get to be there for those two shows. I only have 24 hours to turn around about 18 hours worth of graphics from one day to the next, so that's pretty exciting. I was working on it yesterday, and I found myself getting really grouchy again. Anytime I'm focused on something, there's like something that clicks, and anybody who talks to me while I'm working on that thing distracts me from that thing. I get cranky. I get really, really angry, and it's awful. And it's rude. I mean, I don't scream, but I'm just passive aggressive and rude and send out bad vibes. Even my kids. My little girl came up to me yesterday, and I was working on my thing, and she wanted to play a video game or something, and I couldn't find it for her, and I got frustrated, and I was rude to her. And she doesn't go, "Daddy, you're rude." She doesn't go, "You're mean." She doesn't cry. She says, "Daddy, do you need some water?" And I did. And she brought me water, and all the anger went away because she hit me with her love. And that was the best part of my week. And that was just yesterday. So, what are your roses and thorns? That's a game we play here at the house. Roses and thorns. Say it for the whole week if you want. Your rose is the best thing that happened, and your thorn is the thing that wasn't as great. So for me, the rose was, "I love you, Daddy." And the thorn was when I was mean. I hate being mean, especially to my kids. They're the greatest. All right. That's how I'm feeling. Other than that, things are good. Debbie and I are getting along. She's working awfully hard. I'm a little worried about her, but I think she's doing exactly what she wants to do, so that's all good. I miss working a little bit, but I'm excited about the special. You know, I'm putting some material together, so that'll be fun. Yeah, things are good. Let's spin the wheel. More wisdom. I love wisdom. Let's lay down some wisdom from on high. When we attempt to exercise power or control over someone else, we cannot avoid giving that person the very same power or control over us. It's true. That's from Alan Watts. Let's spin the wheel. She's a great kid. Oh, Dad, I got to send you a new picture. I got a picture of her set in the sun next to the blooming azaleas. It's beautiful. You'll love it. I'll send it to you when I'm done here. Ooh, song. All right, Dan. Let's go down to the campfire. See if we can't find something simple. I love singing songs. All right, Dad's here. Julia's here. Mark's here. Let's do an upbeat Sinatra tune. I'm gonna live till I die. I'm gonna laugh instead of cry. I'm gonna take the town and turn it upside down. I'm gonna live until I die. They're gonna say, what a guy. They're gonna play for the sky. Ain't gonna miss a thing. I'm gonna have my fling. I'm gonna live until I die. The blues I lay low, I'll make 'em stay low. They'll never trail over my head. I'll be an devil till I'm an angel. But until then, da-da-da-da, hallelujah, gonna dance, gonna fly. I'll take a chance, riding high. Before my number's up, I'm gonna fill my cup. I'm gonna live until I die. Ha! Live till I die. There you go. Fun. Yay. Let's spin the wheel. Ooh, 5. Welcome. All right. Got a couple people poking their head in. That's nice to see. Oh, what did that land on? Looks like Shakespeare to me. All right, let's go to the Shakespeare stage. Yellow Shakespeare. Already did our sonnet of the day. So let's do something cheerful for Dad. Let's see. Not a lot of cheerful stuff. Most of the stuff I have here is from the tragedies. But here's a guy arguing with somebody because he's argumentative. So Mercutio is yelling at somebody who started a quarrel. Thou wilt quarrel with a man that hath a hair more or a hair less in his beard than thou hast. Thou wilt quarrel with a man for cracking nuts, having no other reason but because thou hast hazel eyes. What such a quarrel? Thy head is as full of quarrels as an egg is full of meat, and yet thy head hath been beaten as addle as an egg for quarreling. Thou hast quarreled with a man for coughing in the street, because he hath wakened thy dog that hath lain asleep in the sun. Didst thou not have a fallout with a tailor for wearing his new doublet before Easter? With another for tying his shoes with old riband, and yet thou wilt tutor me from quarreling? There you go. Shakespeare. Everybody likes that. Let's spin one out, everybody. I do. Spin the wheel. Oh, hey. Well, I got to go back to the chat. I'll tell you in just a second. I haven't seen any chat in a while. Ask me anything. Well, here's something for the Ask Me Anything, folks. I am going to Scotland. What do you think of that? Yeah. I'm taking a trip to Scotland for my 20th wedding anniversary in May. Let's talk about that when I come back. I forget. Poem. All right, let's go to the poetry for going. This is a very short poem, but it's one of my favorites. Time Is by Henry Van Dyke. Time is too slow for those who wait, too swift for those who fear, too long for those who grieve, too short for those who rejoice, but for those who love, time is not. Nice. Spin the wheel. Hey, Beckwith's here. Good to see you, David. Welcome. One of my favorite artists is here in the room. You know what? Let's go to the chat. I'll introduce you. Spin the wheel in a second. Henry No Dick. I don't get that joke, unfortunately. I lack the education. I wanted to. I'm broadcasting from home. That's why the light's different. Let's see, bring you up to speed. David is an artist and poet and just an interesting dude who has really, really good posts on Facebook, and I'm always glad to see him here. Thanks for coming, David. Love your new photo. I love your new portrait. You look a little bit like a drawing of Egon, like a young Egon. It's cool. I like it a lot. And you know Mark? You know James. James is my dad. Mark is the musical director so far. Well, he's my buddy. He's got a lot going on right now. Checked in early, but though you were not showing today, just got here. Well, I'm glad you're here. No, I started late. I'm broadcasting from my house today. I got my piano over here and my couch over here, and I got sleeping kids back there and a sleeping wife over here, so it's not really considerate, but the spot where I usually tape is not available, so I'm trying it. Still looks pretty much the same, though, right? It's nice. Can't tell the difference, I guess. But, Julia, I didn't introduce you. Julia was the original fan. Julia is my original Twitch stream fan. My Twitch stream, Butch Loves America. She was, I think, her and Yurik came in and gave me hope. If it wasn't for them, I don't think I would have made it a whole year on that Twitch stream. You guys were the greatest. And now she finally found me on here. And right now, she's in Connecticut. She's visiting her sister and hanging out with her baby nephew. And I'm trying really hard not to talk. Oh, really? Well, thanks for taking the time, man. It means a lot to me. Thank you. Mess. Let's spin the wheel. Welcome. I'm glad you're here. Whew, another song just to irritate David. Here we go. No, David didn't have a problem. The song was Mark. Let's do this one at the theater. Let's do... Oh, I wanted to add a whole bunch of new Adam Sandler songs, but I haven't. So I'll be sure to do that. Let's do Young at Heart. Fairy tales can come true. It can happen to you if you're young at heart. For it's hard you will find to be narrow of mind if you're young at heart. You can go to extremes with impossible schemes. You can laugh when your dreams fall apart at the seams. And life gets more exciting with each passing day. And love is either in your heart or on its way. Don't you know that it's worth every treasure on earth if you're young at heart? For as rich as you are, it's much better by far to be young at heart. And if you should survive to 105, think of all you'll derive out of being alive. And here is the best part. You have a head start if you are among the very young at heart. All right. Good lighting, though, right? Huh? The singing ain't great, but look at that lighting. All right, let's spin the wheel. Taking a sip of water here. I hear that. Riddles, why not? Got a group of grown people here. I'll do a riddle anyway. I only added the riddles because my daughter would tune in every now and then. She liked them. But I like it. All right. Riddle with I'm going to find a hard riddle with a 30-second delay. Here we go. All right. Nope. Not that one. No. 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 Okay, here we go. Math riddle. 3 doctors said that Bill was their brother. Bill says he has no brothers. How many brothers? No, that's a stupid one. That's like from the 70s. They're all women. Okay. A little girl goes to the store and buys 1 dozen eggs. As she is going home, all but 3 break. How many eggs are left unbroken? That one's stupid too. All right, here we go. One more. This is it. I am the beginning of everything. the end of everywhere. I am the beginning of eternity, the end of time and space. What am I? I am the beginning of everything, the end of everywhere. I'm the beginning of eternity, the end of time and space. What am I? The beginning and the end. It's the end of everywhere, the beginning of everything. I see no guesses. Ooh, the answer is the letter E. It's the letter E. The letter E is the answer. It's the beginning of everything and the end of everywhere. Let's go back in the chat. Interesting stuff happening. Mark says, roses and thorns are a great idea. I use the same method with my global group. He has a global group. Very cool. Sometimes when I have something important to say, someone else in the international group might T-bone the conversation with some grievances. Nobody likes grievances. I learned to always start by asking for all the good news, and then ask for any grievances. Thorns and roses. Good idea to get that out of the way and move on. D-E, derp. E, everywhere. Don't know what that means. Let's spin the wheel. Song? Oh, that's a lot of songs. I'm going to skip the song. I want to do another monologue. I'm not a slave to the wheel. I can do a monologue anytime I want. I don't know why I have to explain that. There you go. That worked out. See? Fortune smiles. Oh, the answer was the letter E. That is exactly correct. The answer was the letter E. All right. Monologue. Let's do one from... Well, let's do the Bill Hicks. Now you've heard that so many times, Julia. Let's do... Oh, Dad's here. Devil. Okay, good. Devil sketch. I got this one specifically for Dad. Because I hope you're still here, Dad. If you're not, then you can watch this in the replay. This is a Rowan Atkinson sketch. It's one of my favorites in the world. It'll take me just a second to set it up. Excuse me, everybody. Ooh, that's a bad one. Here, let's change the atmosphere a bit. There we go. All right. This is a monologue by, I need a piece of paper. Here we go. Clipboard. This is a monologue by Rowan Atkinson. It's entitled, Welcome to Hell. It's one of Dad's favorites. Let's see if I can do it justice. Yes, hello, nice to see you all again. Now, as the more perceptive you have undoubtedly realized by now, this is hell, and I am the devil. Good evening. You can call me Toby if you like. We try to keep things here informal as well as infernal. That's just my little joke. I tell it every time. Now, you're all here for eternity, which I hardly need tell you is a sort of a long time, so you'll get to know everyone pretty well by the end, but for now we're going to have to split you up into groups. Are there any questions? Yes. Oh, no, I'm afraid we don't have any toilets. If you'd read your Bible, you would have seen that it is damnation without relief. So if you didn't go before you came, then I'm afraid you're not going to have a very good time. But I believe that is the point. All right, let's split you up then. Can you all still hear me? Can you hear me at the rack? All right, off we go. Murderers, over here. Looters and pillagers, over there, please. Thieves, if you could join them. And bank managers. Yes. Fornicators, if you could step forward. My God, there are a lot of you. Could I split you up into adulterers and the rest? All right, adulterers, if you could just form a line in front of that small guillotine. Yes. Okay, Americans, are you here? Look, I'm sorry about this. Apparently God had some fracas with your founding fathers and damned the entire race into perpetuity. He sends particular condolences to the Mormons who he realizes put in a lot of work. That's the way the wafer crumbles. The Iranians, I'm afraid, can't be with us. Someone's been holding them in purgatory for about 9 months. Sodomites, over there, against the wall. Atheists, over here, please. You must be feeling a right bunch of nitwits. Okay. And Christians. Yes, I'm afraid the Jews were right. All right. Moonies, maniacs, marmite eaters, male models, masochists, mass murderers, and messieurs. If you could take a pew at the back with the Methodists, that is. Yes. Now, you're the lot who used to kill the whales, is that right? Ah, yes, I must remember. I've got some strips to tear off you bastards later. Everyone who saw Monty Python's Life of Brian. I'm afraid he can't take a joke after all. All right, now, one final thing. We're trying to implement some kind of exchange scheme with the Lord Almighty, or Cliff, as we know him. Some of you will travel up and have a decade in heaven, and we're having some angels down here. Now, I hardly need to tell you that in heaven you will be expected to behave in an exemplary manner, so I hope you will do the exact opposite. Tear off their wings, use their halos for frisbee practice, that sort of thing. Well, I have to go now, unfortunately, but Beelzebub here will show you the ropes, and the chains, and electrodes. And I'd just like to leave you with a favorite joke of mine, if I may, under the circumstances, which goes something like, knock, knock, who's there? Death. Death who? Nice. There you go. That's Rowan Atkinson. Who doesn't love Rowan Atkinson? Rowan Atkinson, are you or cohorts of a sort? When did you cohort? Now, hold on. Smile. He says Rowan and I are oh, that's very nice of you to say. Oh, Lisa, thank you very much for being here, Lisa. That's very kind of you to give us a try. Thank you. Hey, Jessica's here. Oh, my goodness gracious. We got a whole bunch of people here. All right. We left off with Mark correctly guessing the riddle. Well done, Mark. He was correct. David said that Rowan and I are cohorts of sort. I would very much like to know how you consorted with Rowan Atkinson. He's one of my heroes. One of the funniest guys ever. I love him. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday to you, Jessica. I think you're back on the mainland. You're back from Hawaii. Jessica is my childhood friend. I've known her since kindergarten. And now she spends most of her time saving animals and helping banks with stuff or something. I forget the real job. But her passion is the outdoors and loving animals, just as one of mine is. Very funny show. Thank you, Lisa. That's kind of you to say. And so soon. That too. Let's spin the wheel. There it goes. Oh, well done, my son. Dad had something nice to say. Thanks, Dad. That's a classic. I'm going to do that a few more times till I get it down. Ooh, another monologue. Did not see that coming. All right, then. Let's go to the theater. My grandparents are the best. My grandparents. He was a political prisoner in Argentina. She was a human rights observer sent to interview him. When it was time for her to leave, he asked if he could look at her face for a while so that he would have something beautiful to remember in the long months ahead. He stared at her for a whole hour. 1 year later, she went back for a second interview. He reached under his bunk and he showed her a little chip of wood. And on this chip, he had laboriously painted my grandmother's face, using ashes mixed with water for ink and his own hair as a paintbrush. He did it from memory, but it was a perfect likeness of her. She looked at it, and then she looked at him. And the moment their eyes met, they fell in love. For the next 3 years, they were allowed to see each other only once a year for 2 hours, but they wrote the most incredible, passionate letters every day, and they really made those 2 hours count. Thanks to her efforts, my grandfather was finally released, and they moved to the U.S., but every year, to this day, they spend a couple of weeks apart, and then when they miss each other so much they can't stand it, they meet in a tiny hotel room for exactly 2 hours and relive the passion of their youth. I embellished a little. They met in a donut shop. Screwed up the punchline and left on hell. Hold on. Forgot about hell. Hey, I got some family members up. Hi there. I only got 10 minutes of show left. You need anything? You okay? You need anything? You want to say hi to the folks at home? Say hi. Grampy's there. You want to say hi to Grandpa? Okay, just stick your head around the corner there. Hi. Hi. You hungry?
I was making myself food.
All right, go enjoy yourself some food. I'm going to hang out with my friends. Oh, what's up?
So can you get the ramen?
Can I get the ramen? No, I'm afraid I'm not available to get anything right now because
After?
I'm. Oh, after for sure. Yeah, of course I will. Yeah, like 10 minutes.
The water's gonna take at least 10 minutes.
Okay, sounds like a good plan. I'm gonna go back to this. Okay. Love you tons. That's my girl. She's the one who's brought me water when I felt bad. She's the greatest. Okay, let's spin the wheel. And everybody got to see her forehead. Cool. I'm afraid David posted a picture, but I don't know how to access it. And Grampy, my father, Grandpa, says, hi, baby girl. All right, let's go down and lay out some wisdom from on high. You know, a scholar tries to learn something every day, but a student of Buddhism tries to unlearn something every day. It's Alan Watts. He's a smart guy. You know, problems that remain persistently insoluble should always be suspected as questions asked in the wrong way. Another piece of wisdom. Can't have too much. Let's spin the wheel. More Shakespeare. All right. Let's go to Shakespeare stage. Let's read. Is this a dagger, which I see before me, the handle towards my hand? Come, let me clutch thee. I have thee not, and yet I see thee still. Art thou not fatal vision? Sensible to feeling as to sight, or art thou but a dagger of the mind, a false creation, proceeding from the heat oppressed brain? I see thee yet, and form as palpable as that which now I draw. Thou marshallest me the way that I was going. Instrument I was to use. Mine eyes are made the fools of the other senses, or else worth all the rest. I see thee still, and on thy blade and dudgeon gouts of blood, which was not so before. There's no such thing. It is the bloody business which informs thus to mine eyes. Now, o'er the one half-world nature seems dead, and wicked dreams abuse the curtained sleep. Witchcraft celebrates pale Hecate's offerings, and withered murder, alarmed by his sentinel, the wolf, whose howls his watch. Thus with his stealthy pace, with Tarquin's ravishing strides, towards his design moves like a ghost. Thou sure and firm set earth, hear not my steps, which way they walk, for fear thy very stones prate of my whereabout, and take the present horror from the time which now suits with it. Whiles I threat, he lives. Words to the heat of deeds too cold breath gives. I go, and it is done. The bell invites me. Hear it not, Duncan, for it is a knell that summons thee to heaven or to hell. All right, that's enough of that. Let's spin the wheel. Now you want ramen pie, Lisa. Spin. She's the greatest. Very hard for me not to be paying attention to her. All right, let's find a cheerful song. Hey, I'm going to sing this one because I don't get to sing it anymore. This is my theme song when I was Butch. I'm just an old chunk of coal, but I'm gonna be a diamond someday. I'm gonna glow and grow till I'm so blue, perfect. I'm gonna put a smile on everybody's face. I'm gonna kneel and pray every day, lest I should become vain along the way. I'm just an old chunk of coal now, Lord, but I'm gonna be a diamond someday. I'm gonna learn the right words to talk. I'm gonna search and find a better way to walk. I'm gonna spit and polish my old rough hedged self till I get rid of every single flaw. I'm gonna be the world's best friend. I'm gonna go around shaking everybody's hand. I'm gonna be the cotton picking rage of the age. I'm gonna be a diamond someday. That's by the late Billy Joe Shaver, who I miss. Smiling face from Lady Stubbs. I can hear the water bubbling. Can you? Almost time to make that ramen. Let's spin the wheel. Wife's funnier than you. Nice. My wife's smarter and harder working than me. But I'm funnier. So we have that going for us. She's still plenty funny. Ooh, yeah, let's do a poem. Let's do a couple of Shel Silversteins. Let's start with The Little Pig's Treat. Said the little pig to his pop, "There's the candy shop. Oh, please, let's go inside, and I promise I won't make a kid of myself if you give me a people-back ride." A kid of myself. People-back. I tripped on my shoelace, and I fell up to the rooftops, up over the town, up past the treetops, up over the mountains, up where the clouds blend into the sounds. But it got me so dizzy when I looked around that I grew sick to my stomach, and I threw down. This is fish from where the sidewalk ends. The little fish eats the tiny fish. The big fish eats the little fish. So only the biggest fish gets fat. Do you know any folks like that? One more. This is orchestra from when the sidewalk ends. If you haven't got a drum, just beat your belly. So I haven't got a horn, I'll play my nose. So we haven't got any cymbals, we'll just slap our hands together. And there may be orchestras that sound a little better with their fancy shiny instruments that cost an awful lot. Hey, we're making music twice as good by playing what we've got. Very nice. Let's spin the wheel. Ooh, Man of Constant Sorrow. Yeah, I don't have the lyrics for that, but I think it's pretty simple. Let's try. I am a man of constant sorrow. I've had trouble all my days. I bid farewell to old Kentucky, the place where I was born and raised, the place where he was born and raised. I forgot the lyrics to the next lyric. My girl's laughing at me over there. I'll look it up for next week. Sorry, buddy. I got Jailhouse Now. I like In the Jailhouse Now. Let's do that one. Same album. It's a campfire song. And I warn you, this has an attempt at yodeling, so buckle up. I had a friend named Ramblin' Bob. He used to steal, gamble, and rob. He thought he was the smartest guy around. Well, I found out last Monday Bob got locked up Sunday. They got him in the jailhouse away downtown. He's in the jailhouse now. He's in the jailhouse now. Well, I told him once or twice to stop playing cards and shooting dice. He's in the jailhouse now. Yodelay, 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 yodelay. Bob liked to play his poker, a pinochle, whist, and euchre, but shooting dice was his favorite game. But he got thrown in jail with nobody to go his bail, and the judge done said that he refused the fine. He's in the jailhouse now. He's in the jailhouse now. Well, I told him once or twice to stop playing cards and shooting dice. He's in the jailhouse now. Yaddy yodelay, 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 yodelay. Well, I went out last Tuesday. I met a girl named Susie. I said I was the swellest guy around. Well, we started to spending my money, and she started to calling me honey. And we took in every cabaret in town. We're in the jailhouse now. We're in the jailhouse now. Well, I told that judge right to his face, I don't like to see this place. We're in a jailhouse now. Yaddy yodelay, yodoo, yodelay, 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 yodelay. Ha! Jailhouse now. All right, that was fun. At least I enjoyed it. You know, a bondsman. There you go. I didn't know anybody was enjoying it. Do Philip DeQuast's version of Stars from Les Mis. I am not familiar enough with Les Mis. Lisa likes In the Jailhouse. We got a win. David likes it. Dad, give me a smiley face. Everybody, why am I talking like Butch? That's my real voice. That's what I sound like. I'm in the jailhouse now. My brother says he knows a bondsman. My brother is a bondsman. So do the right thing, people, or he's coming to get you. Dad singing along with you? Well, that makes it all worth it. Oh, good. All right, we'll try to work one song in from the Oh Brother Where Art Thou soundtrack, which I got on for Christmas many years ago. Andrew's here, my own brother. And oh, Josh was here. Sweet Jesus, what yodeling hell did I just walk into? No, that was in the jailhouse now. I thought I nailed it. That's the whole point of this thing, is to practice and get better. Dad was singing along, and that makes me happy enough. Tell you what, let's go on to the talk show desk. We're almost done here. I had a great time today. Thanks for watching. It's good to know we can do it from the house. Hope everything's still sounding and look good. Thanks for sticking your head in. To everybody who did. Dad, I love you. Andy, I love you. Thanks for being there with Dad. Julia, thanks for coming and sticking with me. It means the world to me. Thank you very, very much for being here. David and Mark, appreciate you both. Jessica, you're the coolest. And I like to end my show with this little song. We'll meet again. Don't know where. Don't know when, but I know we'll meet again some sunny day. Keep shining through, just like you always do, and the blue skies will push those dark clouds far away. And would you please say hello to the folks that I know, and tell them I won't be long. They'll be happy to know that as you saw me go, I was singing this song. We'll meet again. Don't know where, don't know when, but I know we'll meet again some sunny day. Thanks for watching. I'll see everybody next Sunday if I'm lucky. Bye. Da-da-dee, da-da-dee, da-da-da.